So here,
Yes.
I'm
All right. So
excited to give this review because it's well earned.
I appreciate that very much. So I guess, Dr. Kirsch, would you start by just telling us a little bit about yourself and Kirsch Dermatology?
Sure, I'm a dermatologist in Naples, Florida. I was primarily general dermatology for a long time. I made a decision about 2 years ago to shift my practice to cosmetics for a variety of reasons. And I've worked with a number of different marketing firms to help me scale and grow my business. And I really haven't had anywhere near as much success as I've had with Ricky's. So it truly is a pleasure for me to give a recommendation. My only hesitation is I don't necessarily really want the secret to get out, but I think, Ricky's probably going to protect me locally. So if you're in Naples, it's too late. You,
Indeed.
if you're somewhere else, I would give Ricky a very high consideration because he's a top performer and he's very easy to work with.
I,
So he's a nice guy too. That makes it a lot better.
I really appreciate that, Dr. Kirsch. So
Yeah.
I know, like you said, you have a lot of options available with marketing providers. Like it's saturated. There are a ton of us offering these types of services. What originally made you decide to work with us?
I mean, you're a very persistent guy. I'm not sure exactly. I can't remember path that led me to you directly. I know that you're really connected. I had started delving into med spa podcasts and books and things when I wanted to learn about the industry. I read that Med Spa Confidential book. I know that you've had Sarah on your podcast. So I'm not sure exactly how I came to find you. It was probably through one of your podcasts, but I reached out. Like I reached out to many people. I'm constantly evaluating options, not really now because I'm quite happy, but in the past. And then you offered, a very comprehensive free evaluation where you went through, everything that I was doing and gave your feedback and insight, and you didn't ask for anything. And you're really good about these videos. Actually, it's one thing that really distinguishes you that I find extremely helpful. So you'll put together a video summary of like all your findings and what your information is, and then you send it to me and I can watch it on my own time. I don't need to schedule a meeting necessarily with you, right? So that's a lot of the way that we communicate, honestly, is you send me these video messages. They may be 5 minutes, they may be 20 minutes. The other nice thing about that is you can put them on like double time or whatever. So I'm getting Ricky like extra fast and he's already fast.
I was going to say that's a dangerous game.
Well, it's very efficient for me. So very efficiently, you gave me a great top line summary of everything I was doing and where you would work to improve. And then, you followed up and you were very responsive. And a lot of these people, once they get your business, they're not like necessarily so interested in continuing it now. But the bottom line is, aside from all that, so I think the professionalism is very high. Um, Personality, is excellent. Good person to work with, like cultural good fit for my organization. But it wouldn't matter if you didn't get results.
Yep.
And, we have a lot of back and forth and we're always trying to do better. But I would say you've had results that were a level higher than any of the other people I've worked with, at least multiple levels, most often than not. You take feedback really well and you're getting me results. You're getting me leads at a very competitive price and excellent, actually. And your
Yeah.
advice is good. I have my own inclinations and a lot of time, they're good, but a lot of times they're wrong. And, you won't just go with whatever I say. You'll say, no, this is how we do it. And this is the best way. And give us a shot and see how it goes. And you know what? You know what you're doing. So the advice pays off. You're very, very, you're an expert in your wheelhouse. Your wheelhouse, definitely social media marketing and following up. And the other thing that you did is you put together, and I'm just going on and on. So
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Go ahead.
the whole thing that you did that was highly valuable is like the whole back end operating system, because I didn't have that. And you worked really, you have a very comprehensive approach to the lead funnel. So it's not getting people to kind of click on the ad and then express interest or even send you a message. It's what's the follow up. It's that drip campaign after. It's the multiple touch points, and then it seems to integrate really well with my office staff. I'm not very hands on, as you know, in terms of the everyday following up on the leads and funneling. Right, I've delegated that, and the person that I've delegated to my office works really well with your team.
And she's outstanding.
Yeah, and she's able to leverage that kind of back office technology that you put in place to really maximize the level of conversions that we're getting from interest. So that's awesome. I mean, I think that it's one thing to get tons of leads. So then you got to convert them, right? So the funnel starts real wide. And not only am I seeing a lot of leads from you, like a ton of leads, which is so exciting because I look on my phone several times a day, all the
Yeah.
time, something else. And it's like boom, 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 like med spa magic lead, Facebook for this campaign, for that campaign. It's so fun for me. Even though I'm not involved in the and shepherding the people into the actual appointments or whatnot, I follow along to make sure that we're getting that volume. And I love looking at my phone. Oh, I wake up in the morning on the weekend or whatever. I see these leads and I say, wow,
Yeah.
that's fantastic. And then I get the summaries on a regular basis that says this is how many leads you got, this is how much money you spent, this is how much revenue you brought in, this is how many no shows there were. I mean, this is really powerful. And I don't think anybody's giving like that degree of a comprehensive package of information and handholding as you guys are. I mean, you definitely are set yourselves apart.
Yeah, and I think some of that is your team too working well with us. It really is a collaboration. And I just emailed somebody today, and it's like, if you don't have that data, you can't make good decisions on your marketing. So I was prepping for this, and I looked. We've had probably over 1,000 leads, or close to 1,000 leads since we started, and a conversion rate in excess of 20%. Talked to Lauren on our team. She estimated it at maybe close to 25, which is one of our higher conversion rates. And that's in large credit to your team. They're doing an amazing job with nurturing the leads. And all of those little details of the process matter because, like you said, at the end of the day, you improve your conversion rate, you lower your cost per lead, you maximize your efficiency, your return on investment, and lower the cost to acquire a customer. And that's ultimately the goal with all of this stuff. So I really appreciate it, Dr. Kirsch. So for anyone who's considering working with us, well, actually, this question real quick. I know we talked for a little bit and you didn't pull the trigger right away. And that's with a decision like this, very normal. So if you had to answer this question, I almost didn't hire your company because, what was that reason and why did you decide to move forward?
It wasn't really personal to you. First of all, I think if you've been in this business long enough, and I hadn't even been in it very long at the time that we started to connect, but I had been in business on my own for quite a while. You get a lot of people that will pitch to you, right? And then that's a huge part of the people that you see. There's tons of people always have, they're going to do something amazing for you, whatever. And then every once in a while, you'll grab one of them, right? Because you're in business to try and to make money and to be successful and you need a marketing partner. And then you do it and then you're disappointed, right? It's like you've been on so many dates
Yeah.
with so many women that didn't work out that you don't want to go on another date, right? It's just, it's not the girl that showed up that, you know, your mom wants to introduce you to or whatever. It's not nothing personal. It's just like I've gone on too many blind dates where I showed up and I was all excited and it didn't work out, right? So that's why that's the major reluctance, the reason why was reluctant. But there was just something very promising that I saw in terms of the feedback that you gave because it was very specific to my business. So I think that really set you apart. It wasn't, you know, these general kind of guidelines and feedback. You really took the deep dive into what I was doing. Then you followed up a few times. So that also showed that, you know, you were persistent, you cared, you're ambitious. So I gave you points for that. And then I love those videos because otherwise it's like, I don't have time for, you know, to even to facilitate these relationships necessarily or check things out. So to have those little videos that I could speed through, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, this guy knows what he's talking about. Okay, he's got good ideas. Okay, he really wants my business. He cares and he thinks he can add value. I said, okay, I'll go on a date with you. You know
Yep.
what I mean? We
Yeah.
went on a date and
Mm.
then it was fun. Then now we have a relationship. It's very nice. And that's,
Yes. Yeah. All right. Well, last thing, what would you say to someone considering working with us at this point?
go on that first date. You know, just give it, it's worth a try. Definitely give it a try. Ricky will do a great job. You'll get advice that, regardless of whether you end up moving forward, that will be beneficial to you. You'll learn something. It won't take a lot of your time. And I think you will end up working with them because, from my perspective, and like I said, I've valued a lot of people and I've been in the business a little while and I'm quick to move. If I don't like someone, I'll move on. I won't just stick with someone because it's easy.
Yeah.
You know, I've got at least 3 payroll companies. Okay. Whatever it is, how many website companies, how many of this? Because I'm not going to stick with someone unless they really, you know, Kirsch dermatology is all about excellence in everything we do, including the partners that we have. And I told Ricky that we expect excellence from ourselves and each and every one of our partners. So once you give Ricky a try, I think you'll be very pleasantly surprised. Um, and you'll be happy and you'll want to move forward. So good luck to you.
Yeah, thanks, Dr. Kirsch. And I think you've definitely made us better in that regard too. So we appreciate the collaboration and the relationship. Thanks very much for your time.
I love seeing you, Rick. I really do. You make me happy. Like
Yeah,
your
we got to do
shirt,
this more
your
often.
smile, your attitude. I don't get enough time with you. You know, we're both very busy, but I really appreciate it. It's not because I don't, he's not available, okay, to everybody. He's very
Yeah.
much available. So everyone's busy in their own little sphere. So anyway, I do appreciate it. It's nice to chat. Good
Yes,
luck.
absolutely. We'll have to do it more
I wish you
often.
all the success because you really earned it. You
Yeah,
deserve
you too, Dr. Kirsch. I appreciate it very much. Thank you.